We will study right now another topic which is quite interesting and important as a responsible of production department. And this notion is the management of the scrap and the rework quantity. SAP develops a specific Fiori application in order to follow the scrap and the rework. We will present in this video the Fiori application scrap reason. So with this Fiori application by Workcenter, you will be able to see the scrap in a different manner. So you will be able to see the quantity of scrap and the rework, the percentage. You will be able also to see the reason of the scrap. It was maybe an error from the operator or maybe a defective part and so on. So SAP will bring in this Fiori application all the study and analysis reporting you might use in order to manage the scrap and the rework. We have here a standard Fiori application on which you will recover the filtering parts on the top of the Fiori application, and here in the biggest part the result table, or more specifically here the bar chart or the graphical reports. In our example, let's find the scrap and the rework quantities done by our both work centers for the mixing operation. But first, we will have to define the time period on which we would like to start the analysis. For example, let's start the performance period between the 1st of January 2019, and we will change here the end of period to the 31st of December 2023. After that, you can use a lot of additional filters such as the material to see the scrap to produce a specific material. You can select here the plant, but in our case, we will select the both work centers for the mixing operations. So here we will select mixing 1 and mixing 2. In such a way, we can make a comparison between the scrap and rework quantities between both work centers, which are normally doing the same thing. After selecting the work center, we can press OK to display the result. So here you have the graphical view, and you can see on the left side the mixing 01 work center and the second mixing 02 work center. So in this view, you can see the scrap quantity in blue and the rework quantity in orange. And we can see that we have 14% of scrap quantity for the first mixing station, and we have only 11.7% of scrap quantity for the second mixing station. However, we can see that we have 14% of rework quantity for the first mixing station and 8.8% of rework for the mixing station number 2. So we can now see the difference between both for the scrap and rework in a simple way. There are a lot of possibilities of graphical views thanks to this Fiori application. You can, for example, here use an over possibility. So we are here in the scrap and rework in percentage by work center, but you can also, for example, here use the material, scrap and rework quantity. So let's use it. So you can see here by material done by the both work center, the glass bottle and here the glass jar. You can see the pieces of rework quantity and the pieces of scrap quantity. There are a lot of others ones, such as also one which is quite interesting is where you can see the reason code. So material by scrapped reason code. You can see here the variance reason. Was it a waste with here the special quantity? Was it maybe an operating error done by the operator. You can see here another reason, which is the machine malfunction, a defective material, and so on. So with such a way, you can also easily know why you have scrap and why you have rework quantities. You can for sure use both types, so we are back here in the scrap and rework in percentage by work center. Here we are in the chart view, but we can also use the tabular view if you prefer the result in a table manner. And with this specific result format, you can download the result and export it to a spreadsheet to manage it later on an Excel software, for example.